We have a legit Andrew Luck situation on our hands with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. Just to put this one in perspective, Andrew Luck was sacked 174 times in his 86-game career. Joe Burrow has been sacked 203 times in a 73-game career. He's played 13 less games, and he's been sacked 27 more times. Football is not a very fun game when you're getting hurt and getting crushed like that, and when you're not winning. For Joe Burrow, man, to have the comments that he said, and we'll just go straight to him. We'll just go straight to Joe Burrow. And I know I didn't finish covering the Falcons and the Bucs game. If someone can remind me of that later, so we can go back to the Falcons and the Bucs, but we'll just have Joe Burrow give it in his own words.
Change the way that you view the game.
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it.
First of all, I just want to say real quick, Unruly, the day that we have a 2-quarterback team, so, I mean, we have to talk one day legit about the lateral. If you can have wide receivers that also were quarterbacks and had great arms and the mental fortitude of a quarterback and could catch the ball, and you just had 5 of them out there on the field, and they could just lateral, and like the plays that you could run throwing across the field, man, that's the future of the NFL. So yeah, 2-quarterback system. I want a 5-quarterback system. 5 quarterbacks, 5 wideouts. They can all pass. They can all catch. They can all run. Every running back can throw. I want a 6-quarterback system. Even my tight end. I want 11. There it is. I want 11 quarterbacks on the field at all times. And and by quarterbacks I mean 11 guys that can absolutely throw the rock and can absolutely hum the rock. Give me 11 QBs on the field at all times. On defense, wouldn't you want 11 Derwin Jameses on defense? Wouldn't you want 11 like hard-hitting free safeties? Hard-hitting free safeties that have it with a can-do attitude and a propensity to frick up Travis Kelce? Yes. 11 Jameis Winstons would win the Super Bowl tomorrow. They would go undefeated. If you gave me 11 Jameis Winstons on offense and 11 Derwin Jameses on defense, we're winning the Super Bowl. I don't even think we lose a game. I really don't think we lose a game. Imagine the deep bombs that Jameis Winston would throw to Jameis Winston. Oh, they'd be so slow. In actuality, I do think 11 Lamar Jacksons on offense, we wouldn't be able to block, but we wouldn't need to either. There'd be no point in blocking if you have 11 Lamar Jacksons. The plays that you could run, well, I guess you could fatten one of them up. You could have 5 fat Lamar Jacksons, 3 like beefy Lamar Jacksons, and then 3 normal, whatever he is, skinny Lamar Jacksons. No, I want 11 Jameis Winstons. Yeah. I want 11 Jameis Winstons on offense and 11 Derwin Jameses on defense. Would a team of all Jameis Winstons be better than a team of all Derwin Jameses? If both sides of the ball, if you only had one player to make an entire 22-man team, add in the kicker and the special teams and the holder. What is that, 25? Whatever. What one player would you want to fill all 27 positions on the field? Who would be the best at filling every single position on the field? I would probably lean towards a team of yeah, I was thinking Myles Garrett or Andre Iguodala or Fred Warner. CMC, 11 CMCs would be good. They don't have the height necessarily on defense. My 11 CMCs would not be able to protect much. But 11 Myles Garrett's, you have speed and you have size, and Fred Warner's. 11 Fred Warner's would be terrifying to look at on defense. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What about 11 David Sills? Maybe 11 David Sills. Because it has to be someone with enough mass, with enough size, if you will, to play O-line and D-line, but also with enough finesse and skill to play running back and wide receiver, and the mental fortitude to play quarterback. So we know what color they're going to be. I'll put it that way. Just kidding. That was a joke. Don't clip that one. 11 Travis Hunters would be a good answer. They just wouldn't be able to block. Like, would a game of 11 Penei Sewells versus 11 Travis Hunters, I think the Penei Sewells would probably win that game. I think 11 Penei Sewells would dominate 11 Travis Hunters. That'd just be a size thing, right? So you need a mix. I think 11 TJ Watts would be good. What's up, Sugo? Sugo, we're having a discussion about if you only had one player that filled every single spot on your roster, what one player would you want? The best answers so far are 11 Myles Garrett's, 11 Fred Warner's, 11 Andre Iguodala's, because I want Iguodala. 11 Kyle Hamilton's would be really good, Max. Yeah, and 11 Ricard's. Yeah, Pat Ricard. Yeah, 11 Pat Ricard's would be sick. 11. Also, I know we didn't see him too much. Honestly, this is going to sound soft, like kind of homer. 11 Justin Herbert's would be sick. He's like 6'6", so he's got the size thing. He's big enough. He's tough enough to play all the positions, I think. He's not the fastest in the world, but he's got enough speed, and he'd be the best quarterback. If you had to choose a quarterback to fill all 11, it would be Justin Herbert, in my opinion. I think 11 Aiden Hutchinson's would also be pretty good. 11 Will Anderson's would be so terrifying. I think the scariest would be 11 Fred Warner's, though. I think Mint Berry Crunch had it. If you had 11 Fred Warners on both sides of the ball, that team's winning a lot of games. DK Metcalf is great, Unruly. That is great. That is really good. Okay. The worst team in football, the Titans. Would 11 Fred Warners on offense and defense beat the Titans this year? I don't think they would give up a point. I think they'd maybe give up 4 points. The thing with 11 Fred Warners is he can't kick. That guy just doesn't look like he can kick. But he's also a freak athlete, so maybe. But offensively, I don't know what kind of offense 11 Fred Warners would necessarily run. I think they would run the ball a lot. But I think they would score points on defense. That's where I think on offense, the name of the game would just be time of possession and hold the ball. Outside pitches, just run outside. Because the Titans do have like a sneaky, decent defensive line. Or at least some pieces. But 11 Fred Warners on defense against the Titans offense this year would generate a lot of turnovers, I think. I think they'd generate a lot of turnovers. He couldn't play man coverage. I mean, he could play man coverage. He couldn't play press coverage. I'd rather have 11 Fred Warner sitting in zone. But the thing about 11, he's very good at reading the quarterback's eyes and like being where he's not supposed to be. And sometimes he plays outside of the defense and like makes crazy plays. But if you had 11 Fred Warners, I think they would all kind of gravitate towards the same spot on the field at some point. $11 Quentin Nelsons would be scary to face when they're on offense. Absolutely terrifying. Yeah. 11 Quentin Nelsons would be really scary. It'd be really, really scary. 11 Garrett Bowles. Nah, I don't know there. What about the guy from the tight end for Pittsburgh? Darnell Washington? Is that his name? 11 of him would be freaky. Yeah, if you go with an O-lineman, they'd be bad on defense. I think in my head, the best option would be going with a defender that's talented and skilled enough to at least run some semblance of an offense and block. So when I think 11 Myles Garrett's would probably be the answer. It would probably have to be 11 Myles Garrett's. Man, wouldn't that be crazy? Aiden Hutchinson also has a case. I think I already said him. Who's the 15 for It's got to be Myles Garrett. Well, I'm glad we figured that out.